Hello, Libra. Welcome to your full moon reading for February. In the past, we got a card that says you're very close to achieving your goal. Um, I don't know what that goal was, okay, but you had some sort of goal in the past. Excuse my voice. It's morning and just getting a hold of my voice. You're very close to achieving your goal. You were working on some sort of collaboration. You were working on a collaboration with someone to manifest happiness. And the thing is you were going through a separation with somebody with the Five of Cups energy. But the Five of Cups tells you that not all is lost, okay? Not all is lost. You may think everything's lost, but it's not. Someone may still want to be your friend. Someone may still care about you. But you were very close to achieving happiness in the past. Now, in the present, with the full moon, it is time to release negativity. Time to release negativity. So, I'm going to recommend to you what I recommend to everyone on this channel, that has problems with negativity coming up in their reading. You need to get up in the morning or whatever time you get up. And when you first get up, you need to go on YouTube and you need to find some positive sayings that keep repeating themselves, and you need to keep listening to that over and over again every day until it becomes part of your mind, part of your thoughts. And not every video is perfect for everybody. There's a lot of videos on there I don't like, but there's one video I like because I like the music in the background that's playing when the person's talking, and I like the way the person's talking. So, just find a video that suits you and keep listening to it every day. Keep listening to it. Listen to the positive thoughts. You know, Even if, it's kind of boring to you, maybe you could do something else while you're listening to those thoughts. And eventually those thoughts get part of your subconscious, hopefully, and part of your thoughts. That way you can reprogram your mind. Um, you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself during this full moon time because we have the Fool, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Strength card. You could have been dealing with a Leo. It's time to let go of any negativity associated with that Leo. This negativity could have built up over time with that Pentacles card, negativity building up over time. And, it's almost like whoever you were dealing with, you ended up not believing in yourself because of it. Whoever you were dealing with, you stopped believing in yourself. And the advice from the cards is to release all negativity associated with this person and to believe in yourself. Now, if this isn't about a Leo, and it's about literal strength, you need to believe in your ability to let go of certain people and places and things that are no longer good for you. You can do that. You have the self control and the willpower to let go of people, places, and things that are not good for you. Sometimes when I'm dating somebody, if I know I am not good for that person, I will stop seeing them. It doesn't matter how obsessed they are with me, how much they tell me they love me. I will stop seeing them because if I see a pattern, I realize I'm not good for that person and that they could do so much better without me. It's not that I'm not a good person. I am a good person. But I mean, if I am holding back somebody from their fullest potential, I will leave. So somebody could have been holding you back from your potential, and they may have left, or you may have left. And you need to realize that you are strong enough to move on and believe in yourself. Now, in the future, your hard work is paying off. Your hard work is paying off. So, whatever it is you're doing in the future, you're still doing it, and your hard work is paying off. I believe people can change. And I believe people can change because there's usually somebody that motivates them to change, right? If somebody leaves us, that motivates us to change, not necessarily to get back with them, but just to improve upon ourselves for the future. Okay. And this is a sign that your hard work is paying off because you're apologizing to someone. Doesn't even have to be the other person, it could be yourself. We get the Page of Cups energy, and we also get the Emperor energy and the Moon energy. You could be on some sort of spiritual path where things have to be a certain way. The advice from the Moon, is to focus on God, because people are always going to be deceptive with us. You could meet somebody that's an emperor like you, right? You could be this emperor energy, and you can meet somebody that's an emperor like you, and they may have a set schedule, they may work hard, but they may not be the same as you. With this moon card, they may appear to be something that they're not. And that's why we always go back to source, because source never lies to us. Okay, source never lies to us. And how do we talk to source? How do we talk to source? A tip that helps me is to clear out your crown chakra. Okay, your crown chakra is like way up here. I don't even think it's part of your head. It may be way up here, but regardless of where the crown chakra is located, there are mantras. And again, I'm going back to the mantras and stuff on YouTube, the videos on YouTube. You play a chanting mantra or some sort of mantra to clear that chakra. And none of our chakras are ever fully blocked. It's just that they're always moving energy. And if we listen to certain things online, we can help with the removal of that energy. Not the removal per se, I worded it wrong, but the constant flow of that energy. And the first chakra where we receive messages from is our crown chakra. That's where we connect to source with. And you know, there are some people that pray all the time, and they're like, well, I pray all the time and I never receive a message from source. Well, it's because you're talking too much. If you're doing all the talking, source doesn't have time to come in and tell you what's going on. Now, when do we have time to listen to source? It's when we are in our deepest sleep state, which I think is called delta. So when you go to sleep and you're in that deep sleep state, or it could even be REM, God has a chance to communicate with you. Source has a chance to come in and give you some messages that you need to know. Okay, source will come in and let you know about people. Source will. Last night, okay, I got into a conflict with somebody, okay? And it was an online conflict. I had sent an email to somebody expressing my frustrations and my complaints. And I went to bed and I listened to my crown chakra music that was saying the chants. And eventually, when I was done listening to it, I think I did close my computer and I went to sleep. Now, what happened when I went to sleep? Okay, what happened? I ended up having a dream about the person I was talking to. And I dreamed that they reached out to talk back to me, to respond to what I had said. And as usual, they were trying to gaslight me. But because I received a message from source that it was this person, they couldn't deceive me because I was tight with source. You need to be tight with source in order to understand certain things. And I know to some people I probably sound like a crazy person, like, oh, and tight with source and hearing God. I don't physically hear God. I have dreams where source tells me things, but that's a dream, right? My point is there are so many ways of getting messages from source. If you're not a dreamer, establish a certain sign with source. My sign is 7-7. Whenever I see 7-7, I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm doing what I should be doing. So if I'm coloring like an adult coloring book and I just happen to see 7-7 on my phone, that means that I'm doing the right thing for me. I'm working on my inner peace. That's a sign between me and source. So you need to have a conversation with source and determine which signs are best for you to get messages. For example, if you want a baby and you've been praying for a baby, let some sort of sign be a sign between you and source, maybe like a red bird or a blue jay, whatever you want to be a sign for you. And when you see that sign, it's confirmation from the universe that you will eventually get what you want. But I'm going off in tangents here. My whole point with this is your hard work is paying off in the future, and you're becoming an entirely different person. You're going to be able to see through people because you're going to be connected to source. You're going to be, the type of person who, if you do something wrong, you apologize immediately. And you're also going to be on a set schedule if this is your energy. And you're going to be tight with God. Okay. Something's not right. You're going to pray to God about it or source. Now, if the emperor is not your energy, you could be apologizing to an emperor, but that emperor may not want to get back with you because that emperor may be focused on source themselves. It's not that they've become a nun or joined the priesthood. They're just really focused on their spirituality at this time. But we're going to get some advice for manifesting the things you want with this full moon. And keep dropping stuff, right? Keep dropping stuff. Cards can help us sometimes too. I mean, the person I'm dealing with is a Gemini, okay? And I pulled some cards last night that told me nothing was going to come out of the situation. But I still did what I wanted to do, right? And we have free will. God cannot control what we do or don't do. God can just give us a message and we choose to listen to that message or we don't listen to it. So my point is that, maybe if you're having problems with dreams or signs, another way to try to understand certain things is by looking to the cards. And I don't even necessarily mean tarot cards, because tarot cards can be misleading. I've learned that. I like oracle cards. I'm sure oracle cards can be misleading too. It's just I find oracle cards more reliable than tarot cards. Like one of the oracle cards I got last night was nothing will come of this situation. And that was for me. And I should have listened to it. Okay, I should have listened to it. Okay, Libra, the advice for you is to talk less and feel more. So talk is cheap, Libra. And somebody may be looking at you at this time and they're like, oh, he's all talk or she's all talk, or maybe you're looking at someone that way. I don't know. But the advice for you is to talk less and feel more. I mean, if you're dealing with somebody that talks a lot, and you don't like it, instead of telling them to stop talking so much, be a good role model. Be a good role model, stop talking so much yourself, be a good role model. You need to get in touch with your feelings at this time, okay? And some people are afraid to get in touch with their feelings. They feel like they're the Incredible Hulk. They feel like, oh my God, if I get in touch with my feelings, all this anger I've been holding in is going to explode And no, it may explode, but you choose how it explodes, right? You can go somewhere and cry. You don't have to hurt people. Yeah, the person you're dealing with, you've been focused on them for a long time. And you need to be grateful for what you did have with this person. I get the 4 of cups, the 8 of pentacles, and the 10 of pentacles. This person is more impressed by actions than words. And if you could talk less and feel more, you could achieve your family goals and your financial goals. You also need to practice gratitude, be grateful for what you do have in your life at this time. And I know it's hard sometimes. Sometimes depending on our situation, it is hard to practice gratitude. And that's another thing, if we're on a certain medication that's making us feel a certain way, we need to get off of it. If drinking hurts us, we need to stop drinking. Whatever may be hurting you and affecting you from staying in center, you need to stop doing that. I used to be a drinker. Okay. I was not an alcoholic. My thing was I used it for a temporary crutch after my mom passed away. And I came to realize that drinking was not going to bring my mom back. And I also came to realize, and this was before I realized that when I drink, I feel great in the moment. But when I go home and go to bed and have dreams and nightmares and stuff, it affected my dreams. It affected my dream life. Even if I didn't have any dreams, I would just wake up feeling despair. And so it took me from my center to a place of despair. And that was not where I wanted to go. So I decided to stop drinking since it was taking me from my center. And if you have something that's taking you from your center, preventing you from feeling grateful, you need to stop doing it. It's almost like you've realized who someone truly is, okay? Because we get the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Empress card. And you may be wanting to make some sort of slow offer to somebody, but in order to do that, you need to practice gratitude. Regardless of what you know about this person, you can't be coming at them like, oh, I know you, I know the real you, you're ugly just like me, and all this other negative stuff. You can't do that because this person is the Empress. They know their worth. And if this Empress card is not about someone else, it is about you knowing your worth, you moving slower, you realizing who people are, and you knowing your worth. But if this is about somebody else, you need to focus on what you're grateful for about them. And that's what's going to draw them closer to you. Now, this person that you're dealing with may have been from the past. And if you're trying to get back with them, you need to leave the past behind. Leave the past behind. So don't bring up the past. Okay. Don't bring up the past. Remember when you did this. Remember when you did that. Remember when, people that keep saying stuff like that, they have problems with the ACG part of their brain. And they need supplements. They need fish oil. They need certain supplements to help them with that part of the brain. They may even need to see a therapist for some medication because it is a problem with the brain when we obsess on negative thoughts or when we obsess, over stuff somebody did 15 years ago. And I know what it's like, in that self-righteous moment, you think the problem isn't me, it's them because they did this 15. No, if somebody is still focused on something that happened 15 or 20 years ago, the problem is that person and they need some help for their brain. They need to contact Dr. Daniel G. Amen, who does brain scans in Washington, D.C., SPECT brain scans. And he also has other locations around the United States, some even in Florida. He's actually starting up a location in Florida. I don't think he has any locations in Florida, but he's starting up a location in Florida. And that scan is different from regular brain scans. It shows the activity in the brain. Other brain scans are just an anatomy lesson. Oh, your brain looks fine. No, with a SPECT brain scan, it shows which parts of the brain have low and high activity. And somebody who keeps focusing on the past has a problem in the ACG part of their brain, okay? Whew! The past person you were dealing with could have been a Scorpio. We have Queen of Cups. And we also have the Temperance card and the World card, okay? It's almost like whatever this person gave you, it was never enough for you. Or whatever you gave them, it was never enough for them because we do get that Temperance card. And temperance can also speak about moderation, maybe approaching things like from a grain of salt place. Like the advice is, instead of, telling people this big long story about how Scorpio or whoever this is screwed you over, you need to approach it from a place of moderation with the Temperance card and the World card. Just tell people that things just didn't work out. And if they want to know, give them a one-line explanation, but don't go too deeply in it. You need to leave the past behind. This was the end of a cycle. You learned everything you needed to learn from this person. So, I'm not saying what they did was right or wrong, or I'm not taking sides in this situation. But you learned everything you needed to learn from this person. And it could have been that they came in sometimes every now and then with that Temperance card and told you little bits and pieces about what they truly thought about you, and some of those little bits and pieces did help you learn, about you and about them. And those little bits and pieces help you move on from the past, okay? So I'm just like, I talked about the ACG part of the brain. If somebody, told you something about you, that was an opportunity for you to go and get it fixed, and it helps you to leave the past behind. I don't know, you could have told them something about them. And if you told them something about them, they know. They know because you've told them. You don't need to keep repeating it. You don't need to keep saying what you said, because they know what you're trying to say. And I was watching a reading by Butch Tarot, and I think it kind of relates to this reading because, if somebody keeps bringing up the past and they never want to see you for who you really are, that's not love, okay? That is not love. Somebody constantly putting you down, trying to bring you down, trying to feel better about themselves. That's not love. And you're not a brain doctor, so you're not going to fix this person. The only person that could fix this person is a brain doctor, with SPECT scans to see what's going on in their brain and medication. And if this person felt like they could fix you, they're not going to fix you because your brain may work differently from theirs. I mean, this is a no-win situation. When you keep focusing on the past, it's a no-win situation. So you've got to keep going on the path you're going down now, which is focusing on you, focusing on your work, being strong. Don't contact this person, okay? And if they're contacting you, you need to block them. Focus on the future. Get up in the morning, listen to the positive thoughts, and focus on the future. The future is already here. You just have to accept it. Thank you.